My name is Matthias. I was born and raised in Maryland, and I'm 25 years old. I wouldn't say pressure from my parents. I put more pressure just from my own self. I think I was always not like great, but like pretty good at math and sciences. So I went to school initially for engineering. So I guess I didn't really have who would have a problem with that. So that was pretty hard. So I dropped out for a little bit, and then I tried working and like without a degree. And I worked at Amazon for about a year or two. And then my parents were like, you can't do this your whole life. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna try to get a promotion at this Amazon job. If I can't get the promotion, I'll go back to school because they really want me to go back to school. I applied for a couple promotions, but I didn't get any of them. So now I'm back in school. So in college, I got super depressed. I think it started sophomore year. I'm not really sure when it started. I think it contributed to me dropping out. I wouldn't say it was that dark. I never had suicidal thoughts or cut myself or anything like that. It was mostly just a mental thing. So that was pretty rough. I think it was mostly just the schoolwork, the pressure of the school on me. And then Virginia Tech's kind of also in the middle of nowhere. There's only that area of stuff to do around you. And I think just the routine of having that pressure every day, seeing the same thing every day, doing the same thing every day, it kind of got to me a little bit. Because once I came back to Maryland, after I dropped out, I started to feel a lot better, and I'm pretty fine now. I'm not sure if it's the safe environment that helped me get out of it. I feel it was mostly just the routine and the pressure of school. So I guess after having that weight lifted off my shoulders, it just felt I could actually relax. Because I feel if you're in school, you don't really have any free time. There's always something you could be doing, even if you're not doing it, and actually using your free time, stuff like that. So yeah, just having my only responsibility be going to work or I don't know. Yeah, it was just nice to not have that constant thing over my head, I should be doing this instead. So my parents never really put academic pressure on me, but I feel they put a lot of religious pressure on me, since they both are pretty involved in the church. That's their main thing they do in their lives. It's I think my dad's an elder and my mom's a deacon. Growing up, I went to church every Sunday. And then once I got to college, I still tried to do that. But I think by sophomore, junior year, I kind of slowed down a little bit. And then definitely by junior year, I stopped going. I just feel being around Christians or people who say they're Christians your own age, it can be kind of eye-opening versus being around my parents who I truly believe are Christians. I feel when you're in college, people are still figuring out who they are. It's people are just trying to, I don't know, portray themselves in a certain way. So I feel some people are kind of fake Christians. I don't know. That's kind of hard to see if you actually are trying to pursue a relationship in Christianity. I remember there would be some Sundays where I didn't want to go, or I'll mainly just go to church to just see my friends at church. I do remember this one moment. I don't remember how old I was. It was either middle school or really early high school. We were going to some event. It wasn't Sunday church. I told my parents I didn't want to go, and my dad got really upset, and he made the whole family stay home. And I remember my mom was crying, and it was this whole big thing. And I was in my head, I was I feel it's not that big of a deal. I mean, to them, it's a huge deal. You want your kids to follow the same religion you do. I do feel guilty. I guess it's kind of guilty that I have these such Christian parents, and then I'm I don't reject the church at all, but I don't know if I would call myself Christian or not. But it's just kind of it just feels bad knowing what my parents would want me to be versus what I am. So it kind of feels bad. I guess also the guilt from dropping out of school, that's another thing I would feel guilty about, just because I feel I just basically just wasted money there. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I feel me and my parents getting a little closer since I'm getting older. I'm maturing a little more, I guess. It's easier to talk to them about some stuff. I mean, we're getting closer, so it's I can't really ask for one more, I guess. I would say I'm a pretty I don't know if careless is the right word, but I don't stress too much about things, and I think that helps me in my like with my mental health and stuff. So I mean, it's hard for people not to stress about some things. At least for some people, like people are gonna stress about things regardless. But I feel like a good way to live, or like a good way that I live my life is just not to get too stressed about things or like think too much on things. Like people have those moments where they're like, oh, why did I say that? Or like, why did I do that? Like thinking about the past and stuff like that. But yeah, being able to just like not stress about things, I think is, that would be my advice. My name is Matthias Chu, and this is my Korean American story.